Welcome to the Dread Planet in Empyrion Galactic Survival. In the last part, we were working on the capital vessel, and I said at the end that I would finish it off and put in this front end, which I've done. You can see it's very blocky. It's not going to win any awards, but it's functional, and that's all I can say about it, really. The other thing I've also done is I've put some landing gear on my little SV here, and so I'm able to dock it on the roof here, and I've put in a kind of entryway up here so that I can get up here and use the SV, because what I want to do in this part is go out and explore the planet a little bit, see if we can find some more bases. Ideally I would like to destroy 10 more cores so that I could get to level 10. So that's going to be the objective, but the restricting factor is going to be my oxygen and my food, because at the moment we can't grow any food. But that's not a problem. Once the oxygen starts to get too low, or if we start to run out of fuel, then that would be the time to leave. Now, what I've also done off camera is I've done a little bit more looting. You can see I've gathered up all my vast amount of resources for what it is. And you can see also down here, I've also pulled out the CPU extenders, because these are very valuable assets and they will be very useful going forward. Once I be able to get the CPU level 2, I can then use these to actually extend my capital vessel, so that we eventually this will be rebuilt into something totally different, is probably the polite way of saying it. The other thing I've also done is I've put in a scanner on this ship. You can see it just right down the back there, so we can actually go out and explore the planet. And that's what we're going to be doing. I think the thrusters are already on. No, they're not. But first thing I want to do is we're going to go and check out a couple of bases, because I don't think I've actually... Oops. I don't think I've actually destroyed the core on this base yet. In fact, got no idea really where the core is. So we're going to come in here and actually throw out a scan. Let's see what's around. Oh, there's something over there, something down there. So we can get a few things on here. I know the scan doesn't show everything, but first things first, we're going to start here. Come here, jump out. Of course, we'll turn the thrusters off. You could probably turn the power off, because I've got... The moment what I'm doing actually is, if I show you in here, I'm actually using the fridge to store the weapons and other lighter equipment that I need, because at the moment I don't have that much storage, so I'm going to have to be a little bit picky about what I am going to pick up and what I'm not going to pick up. Question is, where on earth would be the core here? I think I've already checked this area out and I couldn't find the core. I mean, there's a little blocky thing here. What's this here? Ah, there's a generator here, so I'm pretty sure the core would be around here somewhere. Oh, look, it's what we got. Oh, we can go underneath it, so... I found the core. See, look and thou shalt find. I've already looted out these cargo boxes, I'm pretty sure, because they were quite an easy thing to do. So what we're going to have to do is kind of go on underneath them. I'm not expecting great finds in here, but just use this. And of course, when the core goes, it's probably going to blow that generator as well, which is going to be a little bit of a pain in the neck. But that's one more core. Oh, it didn't take the generator. Okay. Well, I think we'll loot out that generator. So, I mean, large generators are quite useful. Take it, or I think I might. I haven't cored this, so I don't really want to core it. I think we'll just salvage this generator, because that gives us flux cores. And what else is there? I suppose we're going to have to core it to find out what else is in here. We can't see anything here. Okay, we're going to have to make a core. Actually, what I can do is come here. See, if I make about 5 cores, I might as well turn a few out and see. I mean, I've got the resources for it, so salvage out a little bit of. This is where I find out there isn't anything else in this base, but just kind of tidied this up. I've only got a limited number of charges for the multi-tools, but I've just had an idea. If I put the charges in here, what I can do is start using up some of these other charges as well. That could be used. Let me just see. Container controller. Got one core here. Just drop it on the. I mean, what I'm really after is fuel and oxygen. So that's 680. I'm not going to win vast amounts of. So just. I don't know where that went. It's probably went to the 1613. So it's the fuel and the oxygen that's going to be the big difference. Door equipment, flares, fuel tanks. Don't want the flares. What am I looking at? These are tier 1, tier 2 fuel tanks. Generators. Where would be the fuel tanks? Let's have a look. Fuel tanks are in there, so I think we can probably. Oops. I think we can strip out the fuel tanks. So let me just. Just salvage through. We'll take out these. It looks very much like they're all probably buried in the walls here. The light there, I'll take that. I really want to spend time doing this. Certainly take the consoles to this for the computers. That would be quite useful. Take you. I mean, this is electronics is always useful to have. Any more? Oh, I think we look for the tier 2 fuel tanks. Where are they? I'm assuming that there's nothing down under this landing pad. It looks like probably the tier 2. Okay, where's the? So actually, what we could do is kind of. There's another one there. Let's take you out. Ah. Got another one of those horrible white tags again. This might result in a lot of resources, but that's a bit of cobalt alloy. Armored doors are quite useful. Just back off a little bit. You were meant to collapse. Let's take out another layer. So it looks like the fuel tanks are kind of dispersed amongst the. Okay. Right, we'll take out one more layer and see if we can trigger a collapse. I'll probably end up with too much in the way of resources, but okay. Strike one multi-tool. Bridge in the next one. Personal. I don't want to put that in there. I want to put that in the. I know the ones that I've actually used up. So you can go there. One should come back in. This is, and we can, whoops, don't want that. Okay, we've got a floating base. Well, I'm not going to spend any more time doing that. What have I got? I think it's time to move on. Okay. So what we'll do is jump in here. When we got some resources from this. Thrusters on. And we've destroyed one core. Just looking out, see which ones is the nearest. You're 4.3 kilometers away. Which direction are we facing? I can't quite see. That white tag's in the way. Not a lot in it actually. Let's just go this way then and see what we can find. Most of what's here I've already kind of destroyed and looted. I think I've done that one. Oh well, we'll just keep going and see what we can find. Go out past the old bunker. I mean, it shouldn't take us long to get out and find what we're looking for. The top speed of this ship, 60 meters per second. That should be fast enough to be able to initiate warp travel. I think the minimum speed is about 50 meters per second, isn't it? If I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, look at this. We're getting a lot more targets out now. And it's actually something over there that's... I think we'll probably go in this general direction for the moment. And see what we can find. There's a base there. But there's a whole raft of bases here. Oh, look at this. Oh. Well, we might as well start here. I mean, I think this is quite familiar. Pretty sure we can just come in here. Looks like we might accomplish our goal relatively quickly. I know where the core is here. The core is up around this area somewhere. I'm sure it's in this area here somewhere. We've been here before. Oops. Well, there it is. And we don't really need to core this to get the oxygen out. 293. We're only going to get one oxygen out of here. A little bit unfortunate, but I think these are just tier 2 tanks, but we can just salvage them out. And let's have a look here. A small constructor. That could be useful, but we can. I mean, they're relatively easy to make, so let's have food here. Oh, we got some milk. That can drop the milk into here. Of course, we've got some. Nothing special. Or ammunition. 105. We might get a few fuel cells out of this. Got 3. I say these aren't quite major bases, but what we can do is we salvage these. We can get some plant fibers from them and nutrient solutions. There's also, with these bases, there is a a lower level as well underneath the grow plots. I can't remember what's down here. Oh, look at this. Ah! Okay, moral of the story, don't knock the walls down. That way. So we got the lower level there. Oops. Wait for the get back to charge. Okay. I think I've just lost everything that was here, wasn't it? Oh well, that's the way it goes. Oops. I'm under the base. So we don't really need to core it. We're out of oxygen, but that's okay. Right, we'll just move over to the next one. This is on. Come to that one. I think if we work our way round in some kind of order here. What have we got here? Ah! What's this here? Actually, yeah, I think if we just work our way through around these, let's see what we can find. This one is very similar to, I think it was at the end of not the last video, the video before. I said that I was not landed properly. Thank you, game. It was the video when I went exploring looking for carbon substrate, and this is the base that I actually found. This is the one yeah, it's full of kind of these here, and I can't remember exactly where the core was. Let me just see. I did find the core. There it is. Right in front of me nose. And this is the plot that I actually found that will just gonna salvage these as well. Inventory cannot pick up because we're absolutely full. Let's put this in the fridge. I've got power on, so, and the rest of this can go in the, and we'll just hook up to that. Oops. You can see, so we're getting the plant fiber. I think I got some food out of it as well. Look at that. Okay, I think we'll just use the fried vegetables up. So we don't need the health, so there's a no tube station here. We'll take that. Okay, we'll just get over here. We're after the oxygen 222. Now we're not going to get anything from that. Okay, we'll take that. Certainly want the fuel tanks, 485. That will give us. Gives us another 16. Ooh. So that's a wireless connector. We'll take that. And the small generator. I mean, really, I've got to be a bit careful actually because I could overload the ship. Let me just. Anything else here? Yeah. Like that. We've done that container there. Yeah, I've suddenly realised that if I keep grabbing everything in sight, I'm going to overload my ship, aren't I? So that's 3 cores. And I mean, having a ship and being able to maneuver around just makes such a big difference. Thrusters on. Just move on to the next base. This is very similar to the last base that we've had. I think what we'll do is we'll do this one and then we'll go look at these slightly bigger bases and see what's inside them. Because I'm looking around here, I'm probably thinking that there's enough cores around here to actually reach that level 10. So we'll just do this one. Game where I can't do it until we've fought. I'll just eat that as well. Here's the core. Oh, another multi-tool. We'll take that. And destroy this core. More power cells. 114 isn't going to be enough. Unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Salvage this for the plant fiber. Of course, we'll be able to go down. Tear the place apart. Don't think I've damaged what's below. Luckily, I've got the fuel out, or what I could get out. Or, oh, what we got down here? Well, this is different. Okay, we'll take it. I'm not going to... some oxygen. Yeah, we'll take that. Nutrient. A little bit more nutrient. And emergency oxygen. And some more oxygen. That's not bad, actually. Yeah, the moral of the story is be careful taking these things and places apart. A bit more oxygen. Because I haven't actually pressurized the ship, so I've got to be a little bit more careful. Now got 4 out of 5 cores. What we'll do now is we'll go to something that looks a bit bigger. Because the rest of these look very much the same. This certainly looks a lot more interesting. Got a ruined base camp. I think maybe we'll park the other side. It looks a bit flatter on this side. You probably get some good loot out of this. And this time we will pick up a core. Let me just put these in here. Ammunition there. This one's still got a charge in it. I think that's the one we've just picked up. Yep, I'll take that. That in there. Right, now where would the core be? Have a look round, I suppose. Actually, let's just use the bullet. We've got some potential fuel in there. Kind of a blockhouse type thing here. Can't see a core in here. Cables. Where's the generators? There's got to be some generator. There's the power blockhouse. We've got some more loot boxes out here. Oh, come on, game. There's got to be a core in here somewhere. What's in here? got some fridges here. I think we're going to go and see if we can look out those fridges first. So we'll just have to do this by foot. I think this was the room I was looking. I don't think that belongs to another faction. We'll just have to come in this way round. Oh. Bench. And up against the wall. Oh, we got some medication. It's good. Oh, we got a antibiotic injection, because I haven't really thought much about medication at the moment. Won't let us get into there because there's been no real need. There's been nothing on this planet that's been kind of it's going to give you disease, which is a bit of a mixed blessing. It's going to be a bit of a shock once we get down to a normal planet again. We got over here, we got, I mean, some medium armor would be nice. Well, we got some bit more food, give us reason to just stay. I'm not seeing anything here core wise. We get out through here. No. Trying to go out the way we came in. Just can't get through there, but we should be able to get. Got some stuff that we can use to make some medication should we need it. This stuff is very heavy, but it's actually worth money. Probably the polite way of saying it. Let's sort of close that. Can I get to the capital vessel? Put this in the fridge. Okay, we're gonna have to take some of these weapons out. Put this into the. And then if I put the fridge on this side, I'll take out some of these weapons now. And go back in. You know, I'm actually using the fridge for what it's meant to be used for. I'm not seeing the core. Specs that I may have to dig down, but I'm also not. Let's just go out the back. Got these loot boxes out here. Multi-charge, I'll take that. These capacitors going to be useful. Motors. Yeah. Wondering whether the core will be in here. You just put this into here, and then we'll take that. This is the type of place where you might find the core hidden inside these containers here. I can think I might see it. It's under. There it is. So we're gonna have to work. That's empty. Take some more power. Okay, we're not going to bother too much about core in this place. Just want to check out that. find the... Where was the O2 tanks again? Actually, I could probably call this just from the speed perspective, actually. Just to see what is in here. Okay, let's just core it. I mean, I've got the cores, so I'm getting the resources to make the cores, so what's the point of searching around for things? So we'll just... there's no fuel, but there's some oxygen here. Not enough. Okay, so that's a bit of a bust. We've already done the cargo boxes, but we're just quick look through. Just yeah, there's not as much here as I was hoping for, but lights, cores, O2 tank, solar panels, doors. Yeah. Okay, that was a waste of a core, but we've now got 5 other cores. So. And we're just, whoops. Thrusters on. That over there. Okay, so we've come here. Let's check this place out. Not exactly sure what it is, but a lot of solar power. I think there's some spiky ground just nearby. In here. It's dark. Oops, come off the wrong side. Oh, this is another base that I found. I recognize this straight away. Yeah, this is another one that I found that had lots of grow plots in. So if you're really short of carbon substrate, this is a good base to find. Don't think there's much else in here. I think it's just these. It's just already hooked to that anyway. Play out, and then we'll pick these up again for the. I know some of you say, why am I not picking these up as for what we call it? So that I'm for the oh, we found some gold. That could be useful because that might allow me to make an EVA suit. I think the reason I'm not too worried about picking these up and storing them in the ship is the fact that I've getting quite a lot of nutrient solution, which is always the kind of holder back at when you make grow plots. So if you've got lots of them, again, that's not going to be enough to allow. I think. Oh no, we got one out. Okay. I don't think there's any fuel. I don't think there's any fuel storage in here. Again, the rest of it is just steel plates and stuff like that. Let's see. Take the door. Yeah, I think that's about it. I need to fix the door on this side because it's a little bit more tricky to get into. So we've got 6 out of 7 cores. Thrusters on. And I think we're gonna go back this way. We've done the ruined base. We do this one. This one's still got O2 tanks in it by the look of it, so we'll drop down and check this one out. Yeah, this is something different. Or well, actually looks a little bit more interesting, even if we are picking up just cement dust. There's the core capacitor. Well, where is the core? Yeah, got some little bit of copper, a little bit. Okay, let me just see if we can find the core. There it is, up there, up in the roof. So we can get into a good firing position. Actually, we should be able to hit it from here. Let me just, I can get a bit more height. Might be a bit more effective. There we are. Got it. 288. That should be one more fuel cell. Leaves 18, or 2 fuel cells actually. That was 379. I think that's enough for just one oxygen tank, isn't it? Yeah, it's 250. And just this is a large O2 tank, so that would be worth taking apart. Fridge. Okay, we're just gonna oops, get that there. Fridge one, just eat that. Well, just to keep us going. So in some ways, there is enough resources on this planet just to keep you going, as long as you're mobile. I think getting mobile is the key to surviving this planet. Just take the small generator as well. My oxygen's getting a bit low. I'm gonna jump in here. Should I put that ratatouille in? I mean, the ratatouille is pretty good actually. It's 142, so we can keep that for the moment. Okay, just put the thrusters back on. I don't think I did this one because I can still see a. Wait, get off the tree. Land. Thrusters off. Grab a little bit of that fuel. Let me just go take a look at this one. Yeah, this one is. This one's actually slightly different. It's got solar panels over the roof, isn't it? So where would the core be? Let me just. There's the core under this solar panel. It's gonna be a little bit tricky to get at, isn't it? Gonna have to kind of try and fire in at the angle here. Okay, so we're going through the ammunition. Just wondering whether there's a block defending this, making it a little bit harder to let's get rid of these solar panels first. So hooked up to the, yeah, we're still hooked up to that. Cannot change the structure. I've just destroyed the core, mate. I've destroyed the core. Okay. That's not enough. Got a little bit of ammunition. Take that. Only got 60 in it. I don't think that might be enough to. Yeah, we got 2 out of that. It's almost like there's 2 bases here. Interesting. This time I'm not going to get too carried away because I want to get down here and grab some more fuel. Okay. That. Ah! Done it again. And do that. Oh, didn't get some. Got the fuel from underneath. Got the grow plots. Just. I should have picked the bed up, shouldn't I? I'm not a bit confused about why this solar panel. I can't actually do anything about that. There's another one there. We'll take you. Just this one solar panel in the center here that seems to be resistant. Not that it's a major problem. There's a fridge over the back there. I can get to it. I would just eat the ham. So that we got that. Yes. I get the feeling what we've got is a base on top of a base, actually. Because let's have a look here. It's like there's another base underneath this, because you can see that that's a food processor coming up through there, but I don't think it's going to be worth messing about too much with that. So we need 2 more cores to complete this. Destroy. Okay, let me just come here, thrusters on. I think we've probably got everything in this area. We've done those. Have I done these? I'm pretty sure I haven't done these, so hopefully if I can do core, destroy the cores in these 2. I keep saying core, but of course what I really mean is destroy the cores. Ammunition, I've got 189 rounds left. I could destroy the cores in these 2. That should be it. Oops, got up too high. There's the core there. And that in the fridge. Our food supplies. And we'll just 390. That should get me. Whoops. That's okay. Put that there and take that out. Got my box. I think that was some SV ammunition. 435. That should give me. That went quite well. And these are only tier 1 tanks, so like that. So that can give me computers. We'll do the grow plots because that will give me plant fiber should I need it. Okay, all done with that. That's this one done. Hopefully if we do this one, it looks like it's exactly the same. That will give me the 10 cores. Okay. See, this is the space that we were on just now. And that, but the solar panel has gone. So I can now actually just walk in onto this here. So I'm pretty sure that solar panel was from another base. Should do now. See how many XP points we're going to get for destroying this 10 core. 40,000. Okay, we've now reached level 10. Somebody actually did post a comment saying that if you destroy that, you need to find out the state of Terran forces on Andromeda. Find a UCH research vessel in space and make contact. You will need a warp capable small vessel, capital vessel, depending on the distance you need to warp. Research vessels are visible in the solar system map as a blue triangle. Well, we're probably going to go looking for one of those, but this isn't enough. Can't take out any oxygen. Ah, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Wrong weapon. 101 should be 3 fuel cells. Let me just see. More ammunition. We'll take that. When there's an opportunity, possible opportunity of being able to sell the ammunition. I mean, there's a lot of resources on here. And whoops. I think we can 150, 365. No, I think we'll keep the waffle for the moment. We got 2 waffles now. About that. Ratatouille 142. This is 50. This is only 35. We'll just eat the sandwich to keep going. And we're done it again. This time we're going to grab as much as we can before it all disappears. I've gone to the trouble of destroying it all. Of course, we're going to go down and now. This is different. Okay. Destroyed survivor base. Oh well, take that. Okay, what? One of the destroyed survivor base was what was. I don't know if that got some bandages. Haha. Okay. We got up here. Okay, we got something up here. I was hope. Oh, we've got a bit of a projectile ammunition. Tiny little bit of projectile ammunition. Okay. That's the way out. But there's holes going up. Luckily I'm not trapped down here. I'm also running out of oxygen, so can't afford to hang around here too long. We'll just make our way back to the ship. Warp to ship. So we've got to warp to the UCH research ship. So maybe in the next part we'll actually go up into space and see if we can find the UCH research vessel. Alternatively, if we come up into here, a quick look at the, so we're here, Epsilon M, and maybe it's now time to go to a planet where we can put down and do some more extra work on the ship. And although I really would like to have enough resources to make an SV, apologies, I've just had to pause the video because somebody needed to talk to me. I think just to wind the video up, what we're going to do is come into here, and I should now have the resources to unlock the, where is it? CPU extender there. So that will give me the CPU tier 2 extender. If I come into here, and we don't need that at the moment. If we can make the, and we can actually make the, when we've got the flux cores. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that extender so that I can put it onto the ship, which means I can then put in the warp core without having to take out the large constructor. In fact, I'd be very tempted to go back to the incomplete ship and actually pick up an advanced constructor and maybe one or two other things that could be of use. And then in the next part, where we go out, and we're probably going to need to carry on exploring this area, but maybe it's now time to go to a, when we could stop at, no, I think what we might do is find one of these planets that we can actually put down on and breathe for a little while, and that's got food and stuff like that. And then we'll spend a little bit of time working on maybe the ship and getting a decent SV, and then we can actually start exploring the system. And then we'll go looking for the UCH research ship. Actually, there's a possibility there's moons in this system, isn't there? So maybe we can, what I might do is actually, if as long as there's no hostiles around, maybe we'll pay a visit to some of the moons as well on the way out. Of course, we will come back to this planet and finish off exploring once we've got a CV that's probably a bit more advanced than this, a little bit more elegant, and also that's got ability to raise crops. So probably that would be the next kind of objective, is probably the polite way of saying it, that I need to do. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.